military is off-duty. While the soldiers clean their tanks and jets, it's time for the police to go to war. Battlefield Hardline puts you on both sides of the law, with thrilling chases and daring bank heists. The franchise's legacy is on the line due to Battlefield 4's tumultuous launch, so all eyes are on Hardline to get the series back on track.
Yo, detective, who's this?
He's my new partner, Bricks. We're here to play bad cop, worse cop.
Your friend Tap, where is he?
Man, fuck you.
Compared to traditional Battlefield games, Hardline moves at a much quicker pace thanks to faster foot speed and more lethal weaponry. Just like in Counter-Strike, running with a pistol equipped helps players move faster, emphasizing mobility. The result is a vibe somewhere in between Call of Duty's frantic death matches and Battlefield's slower tactical approach. Maps are noticeably smaller than in previous games to help benefit the new game modes and decrease the downtime between each encounter. While Battlefield enthusiasts may not appreciate the small-scale warfare, it helps make each kill feel more intimate and valuable. Even though the game plays faster, tactics are still a central part of the action. Gadgets like the decoy distract enemies, while the grappling hook and zipline add verticality to each match. While they're mostly situational, they offer a sizable level of freedom, especially when combined with many of the access points across the map. The single-player campaign puts you in the role of Nick Mendoza, a Miami police officer fighting the war on drugs. The presentation replicates a TV series complete with episode recaps and a Netflix-style countdown. Thankfully, the central focus is on the characters themselves rather than large-scale set pieces, and the people you meet offer legitimate reasons to see the story unfold.
So maybe you do a job, and you gotta clean it up yourself. And in those cases...
Stealth is always a viable option in the campaign thanks to the new arrest mechanic. You can flash your badge at up to 3 enemies at once and hold them at gunpoint, but if you act too slowly afterward, they'll open fire. Additionally, you can throw shell casings to lure enemies and in certain situations, bypass them altogether. Throughout each episode, there are specific characters that have arrest warrants that award bonus points and unlocks to your arsenal, as well as evidence that offers greater context into the larger story. When combined with a heavy emphasis on non-lethal takedowns, the world feels grounded and your actions impactful.
Suspect down!
In addition to Battlefield's marquee Conquest mode and Team Deathmatch, there are 5 brand new modes unique to Hardline. Heist tasks the criminals to break into a guarded location by planting a bomb with a 30-second fuse. After the breach, they have to retrieve 2 packages and take them to a randomly generated drop-off point to wait for extraction. The 3-stage dynamic of Heist mode strikes a beautiful balance of attacking, defending, and chasing that requires you to change tactics on the fly and adapt to the situation. Blood Money is another welcomed addition. In this deadly game of cat and mouse, both sides have to steal from a central point on the map and return to their base with the goods. The caveat is that the stash can be looted by the opposing team, adding a risk versus reward element to each game. The majority of maps have great vantage points to watch all 3 locations, and setting up a sniper perch to survey each valuable point is empowering. Hotwire doesn't fare as well as the other new modes and fails to deliver on the thrill of high-speed police chases. There are specific vehicles on the map that act as mobile conquest points, and simply driving them at high speeds accumulates points. However, on small maps it boils down to driving in circles, and on larger maps eliminating the vehicles is difficult, due in part to the lack of anti-vehicle weaponry. Lastly, Crosshair and Rescue were aimed at the esports community and emphasized teamwork above all else. In Crosshair, the player-controlled VIP must escape, and in Rescue, the police has to escort guarded NPCs to an extraction point. Both modes are reminiscent of Counter-Strike with no respawns and small 5 versus 5 teams. Communication is paramount for success, and only having 1 life per round heightens the stakes considerably.
I can't bargain your way out of this if they save any more hostages.
Levolution returns in a more meaningful capacity. While most of the set pieces are smaller in scope, they have a larger impact on matches. For example, in Dust Bowl, a massive sandstorm engulfs the entire map, leaving players with minimal visibility. In Derailed, when the bridge collapses, the capture point changes locations and creates new driving lanes. It's thrilling when these events make you adapt to your surroundings in critical and unpredictable ways. Overall, destruction is toned down compared to other games in the franchise. There are no tanks demolishing everything in sight. Heavy machine guns and rocket launchers are now scattered across the map as battle pickups rather than loadout weapons. Hardline can still get chaotic, but it's far more grounded than the war-torn streets of Russia or China. This is both a good and a bad thing, as vehicular chaos is what sets Battlefield apart from other shooters, but it can create more meaningful encounters.
All units, please stand by. Relaying further details.
Multiplayer progression is more streamlined to help alleviate the grind. Instead of having to play each class for hours to unlock the best weapons, you earn cash as you play. You can then spend it freely on which weapons and gadgets best fit your playstyle, granting you more freedom to get what you want. As of launch day, there haven't been any notable connection or server issues on the PlayStation 4 version. Connecting with friends is easy, and the problems the Battlefield 4 experienced have yet to appear in Hardline. While Hardline isn't the Battlefield you may be used to, it offers a unique approach that will surely please fans of the genre. The campaign is a big step up from previous entries, and while the multiplayer anarchy has been trimmed down, the gameplay in its place is more tactical and intimate.
Ready! Initiated the charge.